So it is raining a little bit this morning. Let's see. Am I going to be okay? I might not be. I might not want to have my camera out here. So, I just wanted to show off. Let's see. So the tomatoes in the container are doing beautifully, and I finally am letting them set flowers. We have been picking on the spinach that is also in the container. We've been eating on this for about a month now. This okra is just not going as fast as I thought it would. I planted it outside a month ago, and normally by now it would be double to triple this size. And so I'm not sure. It's a different variety. I have not grown from seed before. It's from M.I. Gardener, which I have really good luck with their seeds, so I'm not sure. But so we kind of have our spot laid out over here of where we're going to put the greenhouse, and then I had another load of compost brought in. Here's one of the square foot garden beds that I have put in to show people how to do square foot gardening, since so many people started gardening this year and they're just kind of floundering. And I just like the square foot gardening concept for beginner gardeners, so I put in 2 different beds. This one is made from all reclaimed pine, and built that with the grid being an actual wooden grid. This one is made from cedar fence posts that I got at Lowe's. I think they were $1.53 a piece, and again made the like the trellis out of the fence posts, but I used the rope grid, and my cats came through and knocked it out. And my beans are starting to come up back here. So, and then over here we have beets and radishes, carrots, cilantro, bush beans, and then tomatoes. And then this is the third one that I did to show people that you can just go to the store, or if you have, I mean, you'll notice some of these don't match. You know, it's just old cinder blocks we had laying around. 1 layer deep. I put dirt in the cinder blocks to help stabilize it, and also to grow stuff in. And I just went to Atwood's and I bought on clearance for 70 cents a piece some eggplants and some cucumbers, and then I put seeds in. And I didn't do a grid on this. It's not the actual 4x4 or square foot garden layout, because it's not the full 4 foot by 4 foot. But again, just to show that you can do gardening in pretty much anything. Just like the broken plastic containers I have on the back porch that I picked up on the side of the road. So over here, flowers are finally starting to pop up in one of the reclaimed wood flower beds that we made. And the chickens are out. Good morning, ladies. Well, you're not a lady. We haven't determined what you are yet, but I believe it is a rooster, though he was marked as a lady over at Atwood's. The little tag on his wing was the same as the others, and they were all supposed to be barred rocks, and these are not barred rocks. I'm thinking the 2 hens are probably Americanas, and I'm not too sure on him. He might be Americana as well, but he crows every morning and every evening, and sometimes in the middle of the day. So maybe we'll get lucky enough to listen to him sing us a beautiful song, huh? And I have new chickies that are due today they're coming all the way from California. Okay, oh, let me step back. So I was out here weeding yesterday and reseeding some of the beds that didn't do so well. So you can see things are a little bit different this year. I finally got the trellis up for the raspberry, so I'm really excited about that, and it's doing quite well. It's on this side this year. That's its permanent spot. Last year it had been over here, but this is my little collection of trees that I am growing, and then I need to find places to put them, which means that somebody in the family needs to get a piece of property pretty darn quick, or we need to get just a little piece of acre that's for our off-grid garden spot, because I don't have room. You know, my yard is, again, don't mind my junk pile back there. You know, my yard is not that big, and my sewer lines go right through the middle of my yard, so I can't have anything, you know, right back through here. I can't have anything growing on it. The greenhouse will be kind of on the edge of that, like the pool was, but yeah, so this is it. All right. So the peas are doing wonderful. Let's see. Oh, there's yesterday's coffee. I had wondered where I had set it. Okay. So these beds are getting cleaned up. The dill kind of spread out and took over, but I'm reseeding them with melons are going in, and then they actually grow up the sides, and we put up temporary trellises for them, and then they can trellis over the top of this. This is part of why we have that, so they don't trellis on the ground, and it's really efficient and works quite well. So I have a volunteer tomato I saw coming up next to my heart. So I still have cabbage. They're getting pretty buggy, but they're still holding in, and you can see all the bare spots. Now, we have been harvesting on the Swiss chard. I'll probably let this in front stay because it's not infringing on the tomatoes, but this guy right here, the bright lights variety, we'll probably rip that out today and have that with dinner. Same with a couple more turnips. We'll probably grab a couple more out of there, and you know, they're doing quite well. So these tomatoes, I started to prune yesterday. You can see right there. That's a little sucker. That little piece that's growing out of the arm. So you want to get rid of those. Got another one there. Do not ever cut the tops of your tomatoes, because that will immediately stop them from growing. So then we have some onions in this bed as well, and they do go all the way down, though the turnips have kind of taken over. More onions over here. And another onion bed. Oh, and it looks like some peas lost the battle with the rain. And beans coming up on these trellises, and a potato bed, and those lovely sunflowers back there. Wow. Oh my lordy. Much better. Isn't this pretty? This was gifted to me. I was in one of those secret sister groups at Christmas time, and because I'm thought of as the local midwife, the birthing mama in the group, because that's my other passion. So This is what my secret sister got me, with the tree of life on it and the butterfly, which is perfect because my gate has a tree of life on it. Oh my gosh, look at my grapes. Look. Oh, how exciting. Oh, check it out. Look at them all. Wow. Oh, that's exciting. Okay, let's continue. Where's my coffee? So this is the cauliflower that I let go to seed. And then you can see my cabbage. And I have peas all mixed in amongst it. But my cabbage is still doing okay. We've still got some good stuff to pick off of it. These I do not think I'm going to get them to a head before they have to be torn out, but I'll let them go a little bit longer. Yesterday's coffee. Have these tomatoes, which I started from seed and put out here a month ago, and they're just puny. I don't know what I did different this year, because usually they do really, really well. Did you see that? Oh, we're going to get sunflowers soon. That one got trampled down. Some squash. And a squash. And this has been all direct seeded. So I have all this cilantro that's kind of seeded from up here in this bed down to the walkway. And sometimes I can transplant and it'll be just fine. But I made an attempt yesterday and obviously it was not just fine. So these are all tomatoes too from that same batch that I started in the house. And they're doing okay. And then we've got more peas. Yeah, these, I was gone for 2 weeks and it rained continuously, so the weeds took over. So I'm home now and I'm slowly weeding everything out. This is one of the bulb beds that we have. And we have some oregano popping up everywhere. And then this is my chocolate mint. There are some beans coming up back here that are starting to go up the trellis. And because the peas are cool tolerant, but they don't handle the heat well, as soon as the heat of Missouri summer really kicks in, I will rip out the peas completely, and then we'll just have beans going up the trellis. Possibly melons on the other side, so I might direct sow in between every other pea plant over there some melons today. This is the asparagus, what I let go to, I let it fern out. This bed needs to be cleaned out. And then I have 2 different varieties of yarrow in here that are just absolutely gorgeous. And my garden sage has gone to seed. I love it when it flowers out like that. And then I do have okra planted all along back here, but it again didn't do well. I started ripping out the lettuce that got overtaken by grass, and then we have more dill and my and then this is usually herbs. You can see all the oregano and then the dill. And it did have, oh, that might be a little bit of it over there. It did have basil and stuff that I planted, but obviously didn't take, so I'm going to direct sow. And then this guy got battered in the rain. I'll come out and check later on and see. This is a Mennonite, what is it? A Tiffin Mennonite tomato. Then with that guy. And I just have, the bulbs that have all bloomed. 4 o'clocks are coming back with a vengeance. Those are doing wonderful back here. And I've got one lone sunflower popping up amongst it. Between the cats and the rain, I mean, you can see, you know, they're all scattered. But aren't these gorgeous? Absolutely beautiful. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? Well, I am back in the house now, and I'm going to go get dressed and started on my day, because I am just, can't tell, but I am running around in my pajamas